Hi guys, here I am doing another video for you guys. Really, my videos don't have a scheduled date or whatever. Um so here I am today sharing a word with you guys because I was studying the Bible today, and I was doing my little meditation, and God gave me a word that really spoke to me. God gave me a word that touched my heart tremendously, that it was kind of like a slap in the face, but at the same time it taught me so much. And I wanted to share with you guys because I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this message and to this passage that God has given me. It really just touched me because of everything that I've experienced till now, and through everything that I've been through and my family has been through. And I just wanted to share with you guys because it was really powerful. It is really powerful. And the title of this message is Path to Miracle, Goes Through Uncomfortable Territory. Meaning, for you to receive a miracle, you need to be at a uncomfortable stage in your life. God listens to all our prayers, and there's not one moment where He doesn't listen to our cry. He doesn't listen to our prayers. He doesn't see what we ask of Him. However, it's when we most need Him. It's when we don't have any power left. It's when we're on the edge of our life, of our problem, the situation we're going through. It's when we have no more way out. It's when we can get hit at any time. That's when His miracle comes into our lives. That's when we see God's miracle in our lives. It's when you're scared to death. It's when you're vulnerable. And when you don't know where you're going, and you don't know how long it's going to take you to get there, and you don't know what's going to happen when you do get there, what you're going to do. That's when you see God's miracle. Miracles, I just want you guys to remember this. Miracles happen when you're in an uncomfortable territory. You see, the passage that I read today is, I'm going to read to you guys. It's in the Bible, obviously. 1 Kings 17, 8 through 10. And it's the passage where God is speaking to Elijah. And it says, Then the Lord spoke His word to Elijah to go to Zarephath in Sidon and live there. I have commanded a widow there to take care of you. So Elijah went to Zarephath. You see, God told Elijah to walk more than 100 miles from where he was all the way to Zarephath, through a dangerous territory, because he was going to walk through a place, through a location where everyone knew that the king had set out for his head. That everyone knew that the king wanted Elijah dead. And God told him, Elijah, go to Zarephath. Go through the city where everyone knows the king wants you dead. I want you to go through it. I can only imagine that Elijah must have been like, really, you're pretty much telling me to go and die. You're sending me to my deathbed. But Elijah went. And when he finally made it to Zarephath, he met a poor widow who was there to help him. This poor widow, she really couldn't do much for him but feed him. Mind you, he's staying at a place where everyone there wants to kill him. This poor widow couldn't protect him, and she couldn't defend him. She was poor, old, and a woman. She couldn't defend him from the people, probably not even from the people nowadays. All she could do for him was feed him and pretty much give him a place to sleep. Miracles don't happen when things are comfortable. You see, Elijah was uncomfortable. He was staying in a place where he didn't know the woman. He was staying in a place where everyone wanted to kill him. And it was just an uncomfortable territory. It was a time where Elijah was living on the edge, when really any time anyone could kill him and anything could happen to him at that specific moment of his journey. See, Elijah didn't turn to God and say, okay, God, first of all, there's 3 things wrong with your plan, sending me to Zarephath, okay? First, you're sending me the wrong direction. Second, you're sending me the wrong location. And third, you're sending me to the wrong protection. You know, Elijah didn't ask for the protection of a widow, a poor widow. Elijah asked for the protection of God. But little did Elijah know that God had a purpose in that journey. That it was then that his miracle was going to manifest through Elijah's life. You see, Elijah didn't question God. Elijah didn't give God a hard time. He, in his heart, yes, he might have been scared. And he might have maybe even questioned why God was sending him that direction. But he didn't care. He just went. He was like, you know what? I'm going. If God is sending me, I'm going. No matter if I'm uncomfortable, no matter if I'm not safe, no matter if I'm scared. God sent me. It's because he knows that I am strong enough to fight this battle. It's because he knows that I am strong enough to go through whatever I need to go through in Zarephath. So Elijah went. Elijah obeyed. And I feel like a lot of the times that's how we need to react, regardless of not knowing where we're going or what our purpose is. And when we get to that place, it's about obeying God. Even though we're scared, even though we don't know what to do or what to expect, we just need to have faith and believe that even though we're uncomfortable, even though we're leaving our comfort zone, that we will be okay because God is with us. Because God knows that we are strong enough and that with him that we can do anything. I begin to think back to all the miracles in the Bible, and a lot of the miracles, most of the miracles were done in the desert. Most of the miracles were done at uncomfortable territory. For example, when Moses was leading his people out of the desert, he didn't just take the easiest way. He had to go through the Red Sea. The Red Sea was really living on the edge. You know, the Red Sea was a big obstacle for them. So they crossed the Red Sea. You know, they were all scared. But God had promised them, God had promised Moses that they would make it there, that they would be safe. Also, when David had to kill Goliath, David had to walk through the battlefield. Now imagine you walking through a battlefield. You're surrounded by people ready to kill you. And here you are, 130 pounds, 5 foot tall. You're walking towards someone as big as The Rock. And here you are, face to face with this monster, surrounded by people ready to kill you. Tell me, how uncomfortable did David feel? You know, when problems hit us, I tell you from experience, because yes, I am young, but my parents are not young, and I've seen what my parents went through, and I myself have experienced disappointments, and I have experienced, you know, sometimes life teaches you. And when life teaches you, you learn the hard way. That's why it's always better to rely on God's teaching. It's always better to rely on the Bible. And I learned that when you're comfortable, when everything is going okay, when your job is going fine, when everything at church is going fine, when your friendship is going fine, when your relationship is going great, when you ask when you pray to God, you don't pray for a miracle when everything is going okay. Really, tell me if you do. When everything is going okay in your life, you just tend to thank God. I mean, that's great, you know? But it's really when we're at a bad situation, where we're in uncomfortable territory, that we ask, that we see God's miracle. And that's when we kneel down, that's when we scream, and that's when we scream out to God that I need you, Jesus. You know, miracles never happen when you're in a comfort zone, when everything is great and convenient. You don't need a miracle when everything is settled in your life. And we really don't, because truthfully, we don't even think of a miracle when everything is settled and everything is going the way we want it to in our lives. But when you're scared to death, when you're living on the edge, when you're insecure, when you can get hit at any time, at any angle, that's when the miracle happens, because you feel like you're lost, like there's no way out, and boom, comes in Jesus with his miracle, swiping you off your feet. It's like love at first sight. And he swipes you off your feet, and there you are, your miracle. And then all of a sudden, everything is settled. All of a sudden, all the pain, all the tears, all the agony is gone. You know, all we need to do is have faith. All we need to do is obey God and listen to him when he speaks to us. You know, no matter what situation you're going through, you may think that the cross is heavy. You may think that you can't handle this. You may think that what you're going through is too much pressure, that you're going to die, that you're going to go crazy. Just remember, God is with you, and God wouldn't put you in a situation, God wouldn't give you a cross to carry if he didn't think you were strong enough. And it's not your flesh, it's him. The strength doesn't come from us, the strength comes from God. So I want you to stop and think for a minute. If you're at a place right now where in your life things are a little uncomfortable, financially, emotionally, maybe your relationship, or even physically, and you're feeling a little nervous, a little scared, you feel like you have no way out, I want to tell you, as bad as this may sound, congratulations, because you're this close to experience a miracle from God. You're on the path of having an encounter face to face with Jesus, where you can see his miracles in your life. You know, it's the same thing that Paul says. It's when you're weak that you're strong, because that's when you see God's power in your life. That's when you see God's power in your spirit, and you see his miracles in your life. So I want you to remember Elijah's journey, that it wasn't easy, and that he was scared, you know, surrounded by people that wanted to kill him. But Elijah just stood shut, and he believed, and he trusted in Jesus, and he just obeyed. And at the end of the road, he saw his miracle. So I want you to, no matter what you're going through right now, just cry out for Jesus. Just remember that God is there for you, and he is walking side by side with you through this uncomfortable territory, and he is ready to give you your miracle. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because to me that was really strong, that was really powerful, and I just wanted you guys to meditate about that, and maybe you guys can relate. So I hope God blesses you, and I hope this word comes and touches your heart. See you guys soon.